You ever been so eager and quick to want something, then when you get it, it's just like, I don't even want it now. Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. For those that are new, welcome to my channel. Simply K here, and as you have read by today's title, in today's video I will give you all the top 10 things that you should know while you wait during your waiting season. If you are like me and you've just been wondering the what ifs, when, how things are going to happen in your future, then this video is for you. If you clicked on this video, then maybe this message is for you. Maybe God is working through me to deliver this message for you to hear, and know that He knows the plan He has for your heart and for your future. So don't be discouraged. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you have not turned on your post notifications, make sure you turn them on so you can get notified every time I upload. I am slowly but surely starting to get into my little devotional / inspiration, encouraging type video. And this is just one that has been weighing on my heart for the longest, being that I am in my waiting season. And everybody's waiting season is different. It looks different. We navigate through our waiting season differently. But these top 10 things that I have gotten out of it will be beneficial and helpful to everybody. So before I get started, I want to just clarify that waiting is more than just a word. It takes action and it takes patience to be able to wait on something that you desperately want or you feel that you deserve and desire. Point number one that we all should know during our waiting season is that God sees, He hears, and He cares about what we're going through during our waiting season. God is not a type of God that knows what you want, know what you desire, and just sit back and in a sense make you feel like you're suffering for trying to wait or trying to figure it out all by yourself. God already knows. He sees all, He hears all, He knows all. So just know and understand that whatever you're waiting on, whether it's a job promotion, whether it's wanting children, whether it's finding that one true love, whether it's even as simple as an apology you feel you deserve, God knows, God sees, and God hears everything, and He do care about what your desires are. Point number two is God doesn't tell us how long we supposed to wait. So we as humans and living in the flesh, we work off of time differently than what He works off time. So what we feel like we should accomplish or get in a short amount of time or a time span, that's not how God works. God does not work like that. God is on His own time. He's not on ours. So a lot of times we find ourselves getting discouraged or feeling doubtful because we feel like we're not getting what we want when we want it. And that's simply because it may not be the time for us to get it. Point number three is we only can control two things during our waiting season, and that is what we do and how we wait during that season and who we become during the process. And what I mean by that is we can sit up and wait for something and we can nag about it. We can be down, we can be sorrowful, we can be in doubt, and even sometimes manipulative into thinking like, well, if I'm not going to get this when I want it, I'm going to go out and do what I have to do to get it. That's being manipulative and not trusting in the process of what God has in store for us, because we don't know what God has in store for us. We only know what we think we should we should get and what we should deserve, when God's plan for us is far more out of our reach than we can ever imagine. And then who we become while we wait is so important, because when you wait on something, if you ever notice, when you wait on something, it takes a lot of patience. And a lot of times we don't have patience. We want things right when we want them, and how we want them. But during that time, we have to understand that it takes growth, it takes patience, and it takes endurance and perseverance and persistence to wait on something that we really, really want, and just believe that it's going to happen for us. Point number 4 that you should know during your waiting season is that it will be uncomfortable, it will be difficult. And I can only speak for me. I'm 27 years old. I don't have any children. I would say that I am fulfilling the career that I want. I am a preschool teacher. I have always dreamed of being a teacher. I'm working in my current field. I've been working in this field for 7-8 years now, since I've even started a real job. And I know the future plans that I have and what I want to do as far as childcare goes in my future. But I also want to have a family. I also want to be married one day. And if it be His will, I want to have children. So sometimes I sit back and I question myself, will I ever be married? Will I ever have children? And social media is a very big step point for us when it comes to waiting. We see so many people announcing engagements, weddings, babies, promotions, and all of that. And sometimes we find ourselves getting discouraged, like when will it be my turn? So we begin to get uncomfortable during our waiting season. We start to feel discouraged, and it gets very difficult. So just know that during your waiting season, it won't be easy, it won't always be comfortable, and it won't always feel worth the wait. Point number 5 is, during your waiting season, you have to be prayerful and watchful for Satan's devices. And what I mean by that is, during our waiting season, sometimes, like I said before, we get discouraged and we start formulating these negative thoughts in our mind. Thoughts of bitterness, thoughts of doubt, and thoughts of manipulation. Being doubtful into thinking like, God must not love me, because if He loved me, He would give me what I'm asking for. God must not love me, because if He loved me, He know what I want. He know that I've been praying for this, and I've been waiting for months. I've been waiting for years. I just been waiting. Why isn't He giving me what I want? And that's just Satan working in our minds and making us be doubtful and feeling like we can't depend on God, when God is the one and only person that we should be dependent on during any and every season of our life, whether it's our waiting season, whether it's a season where we feel like we got it all together, whether it's a season of just dealing with trials and tribulations. God is the one that we should be dependent on at all times. Point number 6 may be a difficult one, but then again, it may not. It seems like when you're waiting for something, and depending on what that is, you may feel like you don't even have nothing to give to anyone else. But point number 6 is to give what you have while you wait on what you want. And what I mean by that is, sometimes we desire so much stuff and don't even realize what we already have. And what we already have may be something that somebody else is praying and waiting on, because you may be that one thing or person for that other person during their waiting season. You may not realize it, but there can be somebody right now praying for something, and you may have all of what they need. And while you may not be able to give them everything, that little you can give will work wonders in their life. So while you wait on the things you hope for and wish for and desire, be mindful and considerate of other people, and try to give back to others as well. Point number 7 is a really good one that stood out to me when I was reading my devotional, and it is the 3 survival skills that we should have while we wait during our waiting season. And just like we have survival skills, to navigate through life, there are also survival skills that we need when it comes to our waiting season. And those 3 survival skills are spending passionate time during prayer, even if it sounds and feels repetitive at times. Just being engaged in prayer constantly and daily will be helpful during your waiting season. Also, be mindful to study God's word and to read and study what He says about waiting and what we should do and how we should wait on the Lord and the desires that we have, in hopes that whatever it be, if it be His will, that He will grant us those desires. And then the 3rd survival skill is to make time to enjoy the life that we already have. Sometimes we are waiting so much and spending so much time in hope of getting the life that we want, that we don't make time to enjoy the life that we already have. The next point you should know during your waiting season is kind of similar to one of the earlier points that I made, as far as God knowing the desires of our heart. And with this one, I'm going to tie in, you must know that when God knows the desires of our heart and the things that we want and need, He already knows the type of attitude we're going to have when we get those things. So if whatever it is that you're waiting on, if you're waiting on it with a mindset of selfishness, maybe that thing that you're waiting for may never come, because you have to have a mindset and an attitude and a heart of whatever you are waiting on. Yes, you want it to benefit yourself, but you also have to look at it in a way of, how can this benefit other people? How can I be a light to other people? How can what I have be shared to the next person, and so on and so forth? Whatever you are waiting on, ask yourself, is this something that's going to not only benefit me, but is it going to benefit other people around me? And the last point that you should know, which may be the most difficult one, is that God's answer to our requests may be yes sometimes, then other times it may be no, and then there are times where it may be wait. So we have to understand that whatever His response is to that request, to be thankful in the midst of it, regardless of the answer. Because sometimes we are wanting something that He knows we may not even be ready for during the time that we are so eager to have it. And during that time, when we ask for something and we get it, we don't know how to act. We don't know how to use it to build up other people or to even build ourselves up. And we sit back and we wish we had waited long enough. You ever been so eager and quick to want something, then when you get it, it's just like, I don't even want it now. So realize that sometimes when we ask for things, our answer may be one of 3 things: yes, no, or wait. And even if our answer is no, even if the answer is wait, and even if it's yes, be thankful to God, because like I said, God knows the desires of our heart. God knows what His plan is for each and every one of our lives. Even if we feel like we're in a rut right now, we're like, Lord, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this day. I don't know how I'm gonna get through this week. I don't even know how I'm gonna get through this year. He already has a plan for us. All we have to do is trust and believe and have faith, and know that our season is a season of waiting. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. We grow. We grow in patience. We grow in endurance. We grow in perseverance and persistency. And through it all, we must remember to uplift the man above and realizing that he knows all, he sees all, and he's the one and only that can make any and all requests known to man and fulfill our desires. So if you all enjoyed that video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I know that this was very helpful for me, and I have to constantly remind myself, like, Kadisha, it's okay where you are right now in your life. You're here for a reason. Don't get discouraged. Don't allow social media to deter you from what God has in store for you. He has bigger and better things for you. So I will leave some scriptures down in the description box for those of you that may want to read into them. And also, again, I will leave the link to the reading plan that I have been reading called Wait is a 4-letter word. I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know down in the comments below, and continue to build each other up. Even if you have to talk to yourself every day, you wake up and just build yourself up to know, like, I'm here in this season that I'm in right now. I'm here for a reason. God has a plan for me, and his plan will not be destroyed. Until next time, I'll see you all in my next video.